Potter. So without further ado, let's get our first punster started with a giant round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Lyons. Folks, I am heck-cited to be joining you tonight because it's my first time performing outside of the Pun DMV. Although I was initially rather pensive about doing so. Now, I'll be honest with you. This is another first for me since I haven't done a show since losing my job to He Who Shall Not Be Named on January 20th. That snitch didn't think I and thousands of my coworkers were keepers, and he wanted to make broom for his cronies like the Wizard of, Dr. Oz. That was a bitter pill to swallow. After we were quidditched by the government, I know I quaffled more than a few episkies, with a couple of chasers to follow. I was mad, I was moody, and I found myself in a grim old place, mentally and emotionally. After being Bellatrix Lestrange from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, without even a Severus check to tide me over, I was just a bit peeved off. Yet, while I took dolorous umbrage with how my career had been sidetracked, I knew I needed to find a way to muggle through it all and continue to make a daily profit. I simply couldn't afford to be a quibbler because finances are a serious business and I needed to get back in the black, serious black. I wasn't in immediate Granger yet, but the horcrux of the matter was that I needed some temporary employment. That's when I decided to lean into a paying hobby of mine, working photo ops and talent handling at Comic Cons around the country. One door had, seriously, I do. One door had closed, but another Dumbledore had opened. It was a maleficent opportunity that would take me to places both near and Jafar. So I also do wizards in addition to Harry Potter. This would be a wicked good time that would help me defy the gravity of the situation and give me a glinda of hope, whereas I would alpha be sad. When you're traveling as much as I do for these contract jobs, you can catch up on the latest in music, such as new releases from Merlin-Manuel Miranda, or Sabrina the Teenage Witch's biggest hit, Espresso Patronum. So at these shows, I do get to, let's see if I can get it, wander around. I brought it just for that. They sell everything from Remus Lupins and head wigs to Fox for your feet and warm flannel shirts. There's a lot of deep cuts there, apologies. One of my favorite vendors is Cauldron, and he sells long bottom pants that you can never find anywhere. I've watched as he pettigrew his business from nothing, even in the face of people Argus filching his product. Another vendor I know, a bearded chap, sells a lot of pottery, but I can never remember his name, so I just call him the Harry Potter. Now, when I'm working the show floor as a line captain, I'm running the lines for the photo ops areas where you can pay to have a photo with your favorite celebrity, a person you Griffin adore. It's a lot of fun, but after a long day, you can look pretty haggard. The stress comes from people who try to slither in without a ticket. And also when people can't form a straight line. Instead, it starts to go Diagon Alley across the floor. Of course, one upside is the great people I get to work with. And as a member of the leadership team, I even get to de-mentor some trainees, which is very rewarding. I went the entire time without using which, okay? Just for that. But I don't tell my mentees all of my tips and tricks right away. Some I keep under warlock and key for at least a few shows. I feel Galadriel when the show manager mentions that they saw Ruman, that I trained, do a great job at another convention. It's been a Doctor Strange transition from government work to the convention scene, but I'm making the Wanda Maximoff of the situation. I'm sure it'll be all white, which is more than some can say right now. That's from Narnia, The White Witch. No C.S. Lewis fans? Any? Okay. I'm chasing every Victor Crumb of full-time employment opportunities that come my way, and I will endurely through all obstacles. So Crookshanks for your attention thus far, but I think I have a couple more pages of these puns to go. JK rolling on the floor laughing.
Robert Lyons with a little bit of Makeup Party history, our first ever pun presentation. Excellent job, excellent job. And now he will cast a vanishing spell as he disappears from the stage. Well done. We're going to switch from puns over to improv. The intrusive thoughties are next. Intrusive thoughties.